Good morning, students. In our last class, we discussed about protection of the thyristors. So, what are the different types of protections is there, and how we are going to protect these SCR from different types of faults. That means generally what are the faults that occurred in our circuits, and how can we overcome those faults, and how can we protect our SCR from that faults. So in our today's class we are going to discuss about what are the different types of thyristors is present, and what are the applications of those thyristors. So let us see what are the different types of thyristors is there. So there are so many number of thyristors is existed in our power electronics, but out of these we are mainly used only 6 thyristors, and remaining thyristors is also used, but they are used for specific applications only. Let us see what are the different types of thyristors are present. See, first one is silicon controlled thyristor, that means SCR, and second one is gate turn off thyristor or GTOs. Third one is emitter turn off thyristor or ETOs. Fourth one is reverse conducting thyristors or RCTs. Fifth one is light activated silicon controlled rectifier or LASCRs. And sixth one is bidirectional triode thyristors, or it is also called as a TRIAC. And seventh one is MOS turn off thyristor or MTOs. And eighth one is bidirectional phase controlled thyristor or BCTs. And ninth one is fast switching thyristor or SCRs. And 10th one is FET controlled thyristor or FET CTHs. And 11th one is integrated gate commutated thyristors or IGCTs. So out of these, mainly we are going to discuss about first 6 thyristors only. Why? Because these 6 thyristors are important, and remaining thyristors are also used at specific applications only. Okay na? So let us see what is a silicon controlled thyristor or SCR. So SCR is a unlike 2-pole diode and 3-layer PN junction transistor. Silicon controlled rectifier consists of totally 4 layers. That means PN with 3 PN junctions. They are connected in series. That means the silicon controlled rectifier is a 4-layer 3-junction device. Okay na? So the silicon control rectifier is a unidirectional device. Unidirectional device means it conducts only in one direction. So by applying the triggering pulse, the thyristor can act as a switch. That means when we are applying the trigger pulse to the SCR, then only the trigger starts conducted. But if we are not apply the triggering pulse or gate pulse, at that condition it acts like a open circuited switch. Okay na? So this thyristor cannot used as a amplifier. Thyristors is acts like only switching operation. with controlled triggering pulse. That means this SCR is only used for switching application. That switching application is also in controlled techniques. If you take the diode is acts as a switch, but the diode is a uncontrolled switch. Here the SCR is a also act like a switch, but this switch is in control. Okay now, so how can we control this SCR? Means by using gate pulse. See here, this is the basic structure of the general diagram of the SCR representation. So this contains totally 4 layers, P, N, P, N, and 3 junctions, J1, J2 and J3. This is J1, this is J2, this is J3. So another way we can represent this SCR is by using 2 transistors mode. So PNP and NPN. Let us consider these 2 are the transistors. PNP is a 1 transistor, NPN is the 1 transistor. By doing this type of connection, we can totally form the 4 layers like the figure we seen in the circuit 1. That means like this circuit. Totally there are 4 layers are existed, and electrically it is represented like this. So this layer SCR contains totally 3 terminals. One is anode, cathode and gate terminal. So by using this gate terminal only, we are going to control the SCR. Okay, so this is about SCR. Let us see what are the gate turn off thyristor. So what is the gate turn off thyristor? So gate turn off thyristor is a one type of high power semiconductor device. So the gate terminal controls the switch to be turned on and off. So this is the special type of high power semiconductor device. So here the gate pulse is used for turn on and turn off of the SCR. So if you apply the positive pulse to the gate, that means if you apply the positive pulse between the cathode and gate terminals, then device will be turned on. So and it acts when we are applying this positive pulse, it acts like a forward PN junction diode and it starts conduction. Okay now, so there exists a small voltage relative between the terminals, so it is not reliable as an SCR. So this GTO is not reliable as a SCR. To maintain this reliability, we have to maintain small amount of positive gate current. This is the turn on process of the GTO. Next, how can we turn off this GTO? How can we turn off this GTO? Means by applying the negative voltage pulse between the gate and cathode terminals. By applying this gate and cathode terminals, we can going to be turn off this device. Okay now, so to induce the gate cathode voltage, some of the forward current is stolen, which is in turn induced forward current may fall and automatically GTO will transit to blocking state. So see here, we have to do 2 basic things. One is turn on the GTO and second one is turn off the GTO. First one, how can we turn on the GTO? Means by applying the positive pulse between the gate and cathode terminals. By applying these positive terminals, positive voltage, we are going to start the turn on the GTO. Okay now, so this is not reliable like a SCR. To maintain the reliability of this GTO, we have to maintain the gate current. That is the one point. And second one is, how can we turn off this GTO? Means by applying the negative pulse between the gate and cathode terminals. So by applying the negative pulse between the gate and cathode terminals, we can turn off the GTO. Okay, na? So this is about the GTO, and the symbol for this GTO is, this is the electrical symbol. Here totally 3 terminals are present: anode, cathode and gate terminals. We are going to apply the voltage, that means positive voltage between cathode and this gate terminals only. So if you want to turn on the, so this is the electrical symbol of GTO. Here it contains totally 3 terminals. One is anode, second one is cathode, and third one is gate. So if you want to turn on and turn off this GTO, we have to apply the positive pulse. If you want to turn on this GTO, we have to apply positive pulse at gate. If you want to turn off the GTO, we have to apply the negative pulse at gate terminals. So this is the electrical symbol of the GTO. Next, what are the applications of this GTO? The applications of this GTO is variable speed motor drives. That is the one of the application for GTO. And second one is high power inverters. So, and third one is traction. So these are the 3 important applications for GTO. First one is variable speed motor drives. Variable speed motor drives means wherever we require the speed control for the drives, at that situation we have to use the GTO. And second one is high power inverters. So if the rating of the inverter is high, at that situation these GTOs are used. And third one is a traction. By using this GTO, traction becomes somewhat easy. And next one is emitter turn off thyristor. Emitter turn off thyristor is one type of thyristor, and it will turn on and turn off by using MOSFET. So previously we seen the GTO. That GTO is turn on and turn off is done by using gate pulse. But here emitter turn off thyristor, a MOSFET is used to turn on and turn off process. So here this emitter turn off thyristor having the advantages of both MOSFET and GTO. It consists of 2 gates. One gate is used for turn on and another gate is used for turn off. See here, this is the electrical representation of the ETO. It contains 2 gates. One is used for turn on and second one is used for turn off. So by using these 2 gates, we are going to turn on and turn off these MOSFETs. So by using this GTO, we are going to use the turn on, and by using the MOSFET, we are going to use the turn off this emitter. Okay, na? Emitter turn off thyristor. Next, the drawback of this is MOSFET connected in series with the gate terminal. So that total voltage drop increases from 0.3 volts to 0.5 volts and losses corresponding to it. That means, see here, we are using the MOSFET and GTO. This MOSFET is connected in series with the circuit. That means here the voltage losses are increased from 0.3 volts to 0.5 volts. So here the voltage is increased means automatically the losses are going to be increased. These are the process of working of the emitter turn off thyristor. Okay now. So once again I am repeating this emitter turn off thyristor. This emitter turn off thyristor is having the advantages of both MOSFET and GTO. Why? Because it consists of two gates. One gate is used for turn on and another gate with series MOSFET is used for turn off. Okay now. So if gate 2 is applied with some positive voltage and it will be turn off. Next, when we apply gate pulse which are connected to the MOSFET, so at that time the emitter turn off thyristor is going to be turn off. This is the working of the emitter turn off thyristor. And drawback of this thyristor is this MOSFET is connected in series with the circuit. Because of this connection, the voltage drop is going to be increased from 0.3 volts to 0.5 volts. Because of this voltage drop, the losses are going to be increased. This is the one of the drawback for the emitter turn off thyristor. This is the electrical symbol for the ETO. So here it contains the anode and two cathode, and here it exists two gates. One is used for turn on and second one is used for turn off. Coming to the applications. So what are the applications of this ETO? So what are the applications of this ETO means this is used for fault current limiter. So ETO is mainly used for limiting the fault currents and it acts as a circuit breaker. Okay now. It is used in circuit breakers because of its high capability current interruption. Next, second application is fast switching speed, and third one is compact structure, and third one is low conducting losses. So the main application is it is used as a fault current limiter. So it is used in circuit breakers because of its high capability current interruption. Okay now, these are the applications. And what are the advantages of this ETO is these three things. These three is considered as a advantages. What are those advantages? Means fast switching speed, second one is compact structure, and third one is low conduction losses. And applications of ETO is fault current limiter, and second one is it acts used in circuit breaker because of high current interruption. Okay no? So these are the applications and advantages of ETO. Next, reverse conducting thyristors or RCTs. So the normally high power thyristor is different from reverse conducting thyristors. So this RCTs is not able to perform reverse blocking because of the reverse diode. If you use the freewheeling or reverse diode, then it will be more advantageous for this type of devices, because the diode and SCR will never conduct and they simultaneously not produce heat. This is about the RCT. So this is the symbol we are seeing. This is the electrical symbol for the RCT. So once again I am repeating this RCT. RCT, it is different from normal thyristors. So RCT is not able to perform reverse blocking because of its reverse diode. If you see the SCR, there are totally 3 modes are operating. First one is forward blocking mode, second one is forward conduction mode, and third one is reverse blocking mode. These are the 3 modes generally operated in thyristors. But coming to this RCT is not able to perform this reverse blocking mode. Why? Because a reverse diode is connected in the circuit. Okay, na? So if you use the freewheeling or reverse diode, then it will be more advantageous for this type of devices, because this diode and SCR will never conduct and they simultaneously cannot produce heat. And this is about RCT. Next, what are the applications? What are the different applications of this RCT? Means the main application is frequency inverters, and second one is chargers. So these RCTs are mainly used for frequency inverters, and second one is for chargers used in AC control by using snubber circuits. So these RCTs are mainly used for these applications. What are those means? First one is frequency inverters, second one is in chargers, and it is also used in AC control by using snubber circuit. These are the applications of RCT. Next, bidirectional triode thyristor or TRIAC. So a TRIAC is a device for controlling current, and it is a 3-terminal semiconductor device. So this TRIAC is mainly current controlling device. It contains totally 3 terminals. So it is derived from the name called triode for alternating currents. So thyristor can conduct only in one directions, but these TRIACs are conducted in both directions. So up to now we see that SCR is a unidirectional device, but if you want to conduct in both directions, at that situation we can use these TRIACs. Why? Because this TRIAC is a bidirectional device. That means it conducts in both the directions. Okay, na? Next, there are 2 options to switch AC waveform from both halves. One is using TRIAC and other is back-to-back connecting thyristors. To switch on one half of the cycle, we use thyristor, and to operate other half, we use reverse conduction thyristors. So there are 2 options to switch AC waveforms for both halves. One is using TRIAC, and another is back-to-back connections of thyristors. So see here, a thyristor is nothing but the TRIAC is nothing but the back-to-back connection of the 2 transistors. Next, to switch on one half of the cycle, we use one thyristor, and to operate other cycle by using reverse conducting thyristors. This is the working of the bidirectional triode thyristors or TRIACs. Next, this is the symbol for TRIAC. This TRIAC contains totally 3 terminals. So here we are not using anode and cathode. Why? Because it can conduct both directions. That's why we are using terminal 1 and terminal 2, and the third one is gate. So by using this gate pulse, we can control the circuit. But here the advantage compared to the SCR is conducted in only one direction, but this TRIAC is conducted in both the directions. Next, what are the applications of this track? So the applications of this track is using in domestic light dimmers, and second one is small motor controls, and third one is electric fan speed control, and fourth one is controlling of small domestic AC applications. If you see one thing, all these are used for domestic applications. That means this track is not rated for high rating. It contains it is better useful for low power applications. Okay, now this is about track. Next, light activated SCR or LA SCR. So what is the difference between SCR and LA SCR? Means in normal SCR the gate is controlled by using triggering pulse. Okay, na? But in light activated SCR, instead of this triggering pulse, we are going to use the light. Okay, na? So in SCR normally we are operated gate by using triggering pulse, but in light activated SCRs we are going to use the light rays for operating of the SCR. So light activated SCR is also called as a photo SCR. Okay, na? It is acts like a normal SCR, but the basic difference is triggering. Okay, na? So let us see how this light activated SCR is operated. When light fall on depletion layer is strong enough to valence electrons or dislodge from their orbiter and become free electrons. That means when we are applying the light on the outermost orbital electrons, it gets the sufficient energy to escape from the outermost orbital. Because of the light we are applied on these electrons, it can get the sufficient energy to escape from the orbital. Okay, na? So when these free electrons flow out of the collector of one transistor into the base of others, so because of the light we are applied on SCR, these electrons moves from base to the collector. Okay, na? So this is the light activated SCR, and the symbol for this photo SCR is, or LA SCR is this one. See here, this is also working as a SCR. That why here its symbol is, see here, this is nothing but the SCR symbol, and additionally we are using the light rays for indicating the LA SCR. Okay, na? This is the electrical representation of the LA SCR. Next, what are the applications? So what are the applications of this LA SCR? Means it used like a relays. It used in relays, and second one is for phase control application, and third one is for motor control. And additionally a large number of computer applications are used by using this LA SCR. Okay, now these are the applications of LA SCR. The maximum current and power rating of the LA SCRs commonly available about 3 amperes and 0.1 watt. With increasing the junction temperature, the light energy required to activate the device is reduced. Okay, na? So generally these available ratings are from 3 amperes. It is the current rating of the LACR and wattage is 3.1 volt. Next, with increasing the junction temperature, the light energy, that means in SCRs there are 3 junctions, J1, J2, J3. Here we are applying this light at gate terminal, that means junction J2. So if the temperature increased at junction J2, then the light energy required will be reduced. That means if the temperature is increased at junction J2, then the light energy required to activate the circuit will be reduced. Okay na? Okay students, this is about the different types of thyristors. Just we are seeing the overview of the thyristors only. Okay na? If you want anybody need detailed explanation of these any type of thyristor, just go through the textbook. If you are not able to understand, then once call me, I will explain detailedly. Okay na? So thank you students.